Top of the morning to everyone. I'm back again with another video. Yes, I'm on my way to work. Just getting this day started. So, yeah, you're on the drive with me to work. And so, this topic is about your emotions being tied to someone after they have made a decision that turned out to be a bad decision and it resulted into something bad happening. And so you care for that person, you love that person, you've talked to that person about that situation, and they just didn't want to adhere to you. And so in result of that, something ended up happening. And so now you stuck with those emotions because you've had those conversations and that person didn't listen. Or you had a conversation with a person and they end up coming to you for advice after you had a deep conversation about the things that they should do, to prepare themselves for whatever outcome. And they didn't listen. So now they're in a situation where they have to deal with some things. And so I had came across a situation where that happened, and that person was very, very emotional, very, very upset because someone made a decision that wasn't good. And they were just crying and upset and thought that they could do more than what they did. And so as I was listening, I was getting, teary-eyed to see someone that you care about emotional about someone that they care about, and the situation could be bad. And so, we've all came across certain times where we had talks with people and people did things and then something happened, whether it was bad or it just didn't turn out in their favor. And so I suggested that, you cut off your feelings. If you cut off your feelings and detach your feelings from that person when they're about to make certain decisions that will lead down the wrong road, the only thing you can do, the only position you can take is to let that person know. You cannot beat it in their head. You cannot force them to do stuff. You can give them all the information that they need to know about the matter, and they will still make that decision. And we'll just say unrighteous decision. And so my number one suggestion is to pray for that person. Pray for them that they get clarity and they have a sound mind when they make that decision. And hopefully that works. The second thing is to talk to that person. And when you're talking to that person, you tell that person to pray about it. You go to the one that created you to help you out with that situation, because nobody can help you here. Nobody on this earth can help you. You have to go to the rightful source. And maybe you're in this position or they're in that position because he wants you there. He wants you there as someone to intercede or someone to give that message. You did what you had to do when you gave sound, righteous advice. So now it's time for you to sit back and see what that person does. And when that person make that wrong decision, You just have to disconnect your feelings and just be ready for whatever comes that person's way, because they're definitely going to come to you, or you're definitely going to feel the effect of what happened. So hopefully this clarifies some things for people if they're going through something like this, where they're in an emotional state because someone had did something after you had a deep discussion and they didn't do the proper things to prepare themselves for whatever outcome. For me, I'm not easily to be influenced. I'm not easy to listen to everybody's opinion, which we all are. You know, you've probably given people thousands of good things, suggestions, and advice, and they still didn't listen to you. And then you're like, hey, I told you, you know, that big I told you so. And you don't want to have to tell somebody that you told them so, or be like, oh, well, I told you. You know, you don't want to be dismissive like that, but you got to understand some people have to process things. Some people have to receive it. Some people it has to resonate with them. It's so many things that the mind has to go through for each individual in order for them to make a decision. And it took me a long time to figure that out. And now I'm at a point in my life that the Most High has blessed me to be able to make right decisions now, because back in the day I wasn't making right decisions. I was just going off the whim. Like, if my emotions say do it, I do it. Now I don't even have a lot of emotions when it comes to making decisions. I don't have, as far as emotions, what I mean is I don't get sweaty and nervous and fearful or anything like that. He took that away from me so that I can make a sound man and not make decisions based off of my emotions. I make decisions based off what I need at that time. You know, because it is a matter of what you need at that time. What's available for you to take from that situation. So that's what I go off of. And then sometimes I just sit and wait. When I didn't have patience, I'm gaining patience in areas that I didn't have patience in. And that's another thing. You have to sit down, wait it out, and see what's going on with that situation versus just, let me hurry up and make this quick decision. That quick decision will be detrimental to you. So we have to, at some point, detach our emotions from people so that we can feel much better to move forward and know that we did the right thing. And when you know in your heart and in your spirit that you did the right thing, you're able to move forward. But you got to understand that you did the right thing. You got to understand that you did all that you can do, and that person just made the decisions that they made. And it's just that simple. You know, we have free will to make those choices. We don't have to sway with the first person that says good things to us. We don't have to sway to our love, on our loved one's side. We don't have to do none of those things that we don't want to do because we do have free will. And a lot of people will say that, well, I have the right to not listen and not take your advice. But then when things go down, now you crying and you're coming to that person, and now that burden is on that person. And we don't understand that when we go through something and we have loved ones that care for us, it's their problem too. It's not just your problem. Well, I'm by myself and I'll. No, even if you're by yourself and you have someone that you know, they're thinking about you. They're worried about you. They're wondering what's going on with you. So you just can't act like you in a bubble by yourself and nobody cares. If you have some form of interaction with someone, they will always have some type of attachment to you, some type of care, some type of like, some type of love. But we go into that selfish mode and say, hey, it's all about me and no one around me, will suffer. But that's not the case. Other people will suffer. You go through something, they go through something. You emotional, they're emotional. And not to the point where they bawling out crying, but to the point where they're worried or they're wondering or they're trying to figure out how to help you. So hopefully this message come across and it resonate and it hits home for someone that is actually going through some things right now, because there's a lot of things happening, a lot of weird stuff going on, and we're just trying to figure it out. We're just trying to understand what's happening right now. And now you got these emotions going on, you got all this stuff happening, and you don't know how to deal at some point, and you think you're strong to handle things, but you find out that no, I really, want my family members to be okay, to be safe and all that, and they don't understand that you truly care for them in their way. That person just want to be in my business. That person is this, that person is that. No, we truly care for you, and we want the best for you, and we want you to make decisions based off of a sound mind. We want you to go to the Most High and ask the Most High, what do you need for me to do in this situation? You have to go to him at some point. When you are on your deathbed, you are screaming and crying and begging and pleading to him. You are screaming, crying, begging, pleading to him when you're on your deathbed. So before you get to that point, and you have to make a decision for yourself on any level, whether it's small or it's big, go to him and ask him for clarity in that situation, to give you a sound mind to be able to make this decision, because it's a lot riding on that. So I would just, ask for you to pray for that person. Ask for you to know that, things like this will happen, and you will be emotional, and you will go through some stuff and wonder and worry about your family members. That's just a human being caring. But it will be okay. It will be all right. And it's not your burden to carry. It is not your burden to carry. So you have to emotionally detach from certain things and certain situations so that you can move forward and know that, hey, it's out of your hands and now it's in the Most High's hands. Well, it wasn't even in your hands anyway, but as far as being that motivator or that sound mind in this realm for that person, bringing some type of light into their life, because we are supposed to be light and salt. We're supposed to be that person to show them the way to the Most High, to the right road, to the righteous path. So let's just be that light. Let's be that salt that they need. Let's be that truth that they need, so that they can make the right decisions if they come to you for advice, or if they lean on you, if you see certain things happening in your family. So with that being said, hopefully this video is edifying and it touches your spirit, and it helped you in the areas that you need help in, because these are trying times right now, and it's a lot of weird things going on, and we just need to keep our eyes open and our attention on the craziness that's happening out here. Can't be asleep. Gotta wake up and stay awake. So with that said, I just want to bid everyone a good day, a good night, a good morning, whatever time you see this video, and know that these videos is all out of love. It is not for you to be a Debbie Downer, to break your spirit. Is to uplift your spirit and let you know that it's something greater that you can depend on that will help you through. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you like. If not, I love you anyway. Until next time.